Hello, friends. I hope all of you are having a good time. And today we are here to do landscape painting. And today I will show you and walk you through my process of painting and how I do it. So I have two sketches in front of me. So these are basically to show you the composition. So um, the color and other aspect I will show you on the fly. I'm not trying to imitate anything, but I have seen uh, a lot of scenery where boats and ships are involved. So I will be uh, mostly painting from my memory over here, but I will show you the basic layout of how the boards and other things are going to line up. So this one is a composition where two boats are there, and then there is a person and there is a house over here. On the background we have a water body, and behind that there are some hills. So I have decided that the light will fall from here, so the shadows are going to develop over here. Now another composition which I liked and I have already drawn over here in this big drawing book is this composition which I am going to paint today. So there is a big kind of fishing boat over here. There is a small boat and which is slightly further away from this boat. So this is in the is nearer to us and this is far from us. Then this is the beach line where the sand is there, and then here we have the water. This is the sky. So I have already drawn this over here, and I have put in one more lady over here who is carrying some fishes and all. So here what we will do is we will consider the light coming from this direction and then casting a shadow over here on this side in an angle. So I will walk you through the entire process, so stay tuned. And I have my coffee also with me, so we're good to go. So friends, I have kept my paper in a slight incline so that I would so what happens is gravity itself will pull the water downwards. Now I am wetting the surface with a big um, flat brush over here, you see. So this is the sky portion. We have to be careful here. We don't want the water to come to the section where we have the water, because I want the water to have a very nice reflective edge to it. So we will have a very hard crisp edge for this sky out here. You can also, if you want, you can tilt it. So what happens, water doesn't come below this, and then you wet it. Okay, make a nice crisp single line here. So once it is done, I'll use my fan brush. So I am using this fan brush quite often nowadays. You would have seen it in my recent videos also. So I'm mixing cobalt blue and bit of purple, and then randomly I am scattering the lines. See, okay. And so what I will do again is mix both the colors. Take a bit of yellow ochre, also mix it well to have a nice grayish tinge to it, and then that forms the basic layer, like the layer which is the sky, which is very close to the sea, will be slightly grayish, slightly mix yellow ochre. So I am, if you can see, I am painting on the reverse side, and that is just to make sure that water doesn't run on the other side, and wherever there are other droplets of water, I am just trying to remove them. Now you see how this sky looks. It's very dramatic though, and it is ought to be dramatic because this is a painting. So what I will do now, take my hair dryer and dry it. So after it dries, you will get a nice, even and very light feel of the sky. So now the sky is done. You can see how light and beautiful it looks. Now we will go with the sand section. So I am again wetting the surface because I want a nice soft feel to it. And then again I will go with my same fan brush and take yellow ochre and then just smother it with yellow ochre first. And then we'll take some raw umber and some orange. So there was a glitch while I was recording, so you can see now how the sand is looking. So what I have done is I have made the sand using yellow ochre, raw umber, and some orange. And I have taken some purple and tried to build the initial shadows, which will be forming because of the boats lined up. Okay, so right now, if you see, I have painted on top of the boats. As I said, this boat, as it is in the foreground, it will be much darker. So there is no problem if I paint on top of it. As such, watercolor is a transparent medium. So now, before proceeding to the boats, if you see, we have this white looking sea. So I will be making the sea first, because once we are done with the painting the boards and all, it will be very difficult for us to paint the background. Okay, because the background is little bit scattered, so slightly here and there it appears. So let's finish the sea first, and then we will come to the foreground and finish the painting. So for the sea, what I have done is I have mixed in some cerulean blue and taken a bit of yellow ochre, more of cerulean blue and less of yellow ochre, and I have mixed them together. And what I have to do is I have taken this big flat brush. I will take out the excess water, and then in one stroke we will have to make the sea. So basically what happens is it gives you a feeling as if it is reflecting light. So can you see how it appears as if it is reflecting light from here? Light is falling over here and it's getting dissipated. So just I'm taking a bit of more water. Okay, so I think we are done with the sea. One more thing I would like to do over here is just try to diffuse the light and create some sort of magic here. So I'm putting my paper towel and lifting unnecessary color from here softly. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to build up some softness over here. I don't want the sea to look very dark. Okay. And now I will go with one more wash of blue and yellow ochre. Over here like that. Okay. Just a quick dry. Okay. So we are done. Let's take out the excess color from the beach area, the sand area. We don't want it to become blue. Okay. So this is our eraser, if we do anything wrong, then there is less probability that it will get corrected, but this is the only eraser that we have. Now you see, let me lift up some excess color from here also. Okay, the reason I did this is because the second boat is over here, so light is going to pass in from here. So now I think we are done with the second part, and now we will be going with the boats and the human beings, and this entire picture is going to come to life. So let's start the painting of the boats now. So what I will do is, for the distant boat I will be keeping a color of raw umber. I will mix raw umber with a bit of sepia. I'll try to keep it slightly brownish and purplish, mix slight purple to it, and this will be our color for the boat. So okay, so on our side, so we will have a bit of shadow over here. because of the because the light is falling over here, and on the other side it is going and on the bottom side it is going to be darker. So I'll put it like that. So the inside of the boat, just fill it like that. Yeah. So what I have done is I have just taken out a bit of color from here, so that to make it feel as if the light is falling over here, and rest everything I have kept it darker. So now for this particular boat, uh, because it is closer, I will be choosing a mustard kind of color for the boat. So we will mix yellow ochre, burnt umber and orange, and try to completely cover this boat in that color first. As we are going downwards, we will mix it with slightly darker color. So as we are going down, we'll mix it with darker colors. And because this side of the boat is completely far from any sort of light, any source of light, so what we are doing is that we are making it as dark as possible, this portion. So one key thing in watercolor is that time is very important, because water dries very quickly. So once you practice and you know how to paint uh, fast enough, then I think you can seriously master watercolor. So the key to master any subject is to understand the nuances of that subject, that medium. And one of the most important problem with watercolor is that it dries very fast, so you have to be slightly fast. So I have tried to keep this section. Why? Because light is falling on that section. I have tried to keep that section as light as possible. See, so this portion I have made it darker, this portion I have made it lighter. Okay. So I will break it a bit by putting some drops of water. So what it does basically is, you know, tries to make it actually breaks the monotony of a flat color. It adds in a bit of texture to the surface, which I like about watercolor a lot. So just add in a few drops of water and see the magic. Once it dries, you will see the magic of it. So few more drops here and there, and then let's try it. So friends, let's start with the detailing of the boards. So we have laid in the final. We have laid in the basic wash of the board, the basic color of the board. We have kept it yellow ochre and burnt umber mixed with bit of purple and red. So now let's complete the boat. So what we will do is, first we will make the lines. So these are the guiding lines, or kind of frame structure of the boat, and these are the lines which will guide our eyes to the shape of the boat. So these are very essential. So just diffuse them because this is a kind of shadow. Okay. Looks nice. Now we will again take similar color, and on the reverse side we're trying to make these exactly similar lines. We will diffuse them here also. Okay. Now we'll again take some dark paint, dark color, dark tones, and then just leave in a few drops here and there on along the lines. So this technique is called lost and found, wherein we don't make a continuous line, we make broken lines, and it gives a suggestion of something is there but something is not there as well. So what in watercolor, the stroke should be, if the strokes are slightly broken, and it gives a very nice feel. I don't know why, but I have seen it in many eminent artists. You know they don't uh, use a straight kind of line. They will always break the line, and that adds in a lot of depth and guides our eyes to the subject. See, here what I am doing is I am here and there adding few bits of color and then smudging them. Why I am smudging them is because I don't want any hard lines on it. So basically I am trying to soften the edges, but yet I'm putting them here and there. I'm not putting them at one place. So this portion is also supposed to be slightly darker. Okay. 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 Now let's simply dry it. So now, as you can see, it is completely dry. I have taken a bit of white now, And I am going to define the lines, the beams of the um, boat frame in white color on this side, and I will use white, mix it with some other color, and use it on the other side. So I've taken white, I'm mixing a bit of yellow ochre, and I will use it over here. See, okay, and then I will smudge it off again, smudging it off so that we don't have uh, we don't have a kind of very hard line. Now in this color I am adding a bit of purple, and I will use this over here, again smudging it. Use the lost and found technique. Then smudge it, smudge it. So these are the beams of the boat, and as you can see, when I'm making this, it is defining the shape of the boat. These are very essential because without them we will not be able to get the proper shape of the boat. Now our boat is coming into picture quite well now, so we will be putting some, some detail over here inside the boat, here and there. We have this stick, which is again because it will be against the light. So here I am using a bit of white and mixing it with the white. I'm using it on the other side, it will be like that. Okay, yeah, I think more or less our boat is done. We will put a kind of red border, which is always there on the boats. The boats are decorated and names are also written on the boat, so we will put in a bit of ornamental design here, but that will come a bit later. First let's finish the background boat. So over here I'll be putting the again the guiding lines, our structural forms of the boat. So see, and we'll be using the same mixture of white and yellow ochre and purple over here. Now the boat is done, but what I have noticed here is that see, the boat is still here, but the shadow is only till here. So I will have to extend the shadow, that I have realized. So I will put in a bit of water here, and I will extend the shadow till here. Yes. So for that I will be mixing violet color, red color, and a bit of Payne's gray, red color, violet color, and Payne's gray. These three colors. Yeah. And I will be putting this color here. And I will make the color more dark and apply it in the bottom section here, because this is where the boat will be extra dark. Okay. And I will again break the monotony and slightly put in a bit of water droplets. This is a practice which just breaks it and makes it slightly diffused. I'll put in few drops of water here, few drops of water on this edge also, and let it bleed, and immediately take my machine and dry it. If you see, I will some more shadow on this also, because you have the bottom portion of the boat over here. So So immediately you see, when I put the shadow, immediately it pops up, becomes a 3D thing. Similarly, I would need a shadow over here as well. So I mix up the same three colors, bit of Payne's gray, bit of red, and bit of violet. But I make it a slightly lighter mix, because this shadow is going to be slightly lighter than this one. Yeah. And take up more Payne's gray and try to develop a bit of darker paints over here, and again shade it. So now we will be making the figures which are in the foreground, and some of them which are in the background as well. So once we make these figures, then what happens, the entire the our eyes will be focusing on these figures. So what happens is it gives a very nice humanly touch to it. So this person is in the distant and he has worn a white shirt. So I'm trying to lay in the other details. um, Typically people wear white shirts during the summer, so that's how. And here we don't have to make a, I mean keep making a lot of details. Just a bit of suggestive image is enough to make an impression. Okay. And that's what we are doing over here. So basically we are making a very kind of suggestive figure. We are not trying to make anything fancy. So this person is standing quite far, and just put a shadow for that person. So okay, what we will do is take a bit of white and highlight this head portion as well, so everything gets illuminated because of the strong sunlight which is coming from here. Now we have two figures over here. I have redrawn them, uh, and let's with the help of a bit of white mixed with blue color, I'll be drawing the first person over here. I hope you will not be able to see how it looks from here. uh, okay. And then we'll be using a red color for this person. Mix it with a bit of yellow, ochre and white. So because they are against the light, and they're in a position where there is a lot of shadow, I assume this will be much darker again. So I'm putting a bit of dark tone to it. Then I'll take a bit of orange, mix it with white for the facial colors. And and this Indian fishermen, they wear this sarong called lungi. So see the folded lungis. Okay, so gives a very nice authentic feel to a fisherman. subdue it. Then so now I'm trying to make these characters more dark, only because these people are against the light, they are in the shadow portion, so they are not in a position where their faces will be illuminated, so we will have a suggestive feeling that two people are talking to each other, but it should not have a very prominent feature, so like that. Yeah, I think looks decent enough. Take more of Payne's gray and make the lungis slightly darker. So yeah, more or less we have these two faces, these two people covered. Once they dry, I will try to add in a bit of more details over here. Then we will make this lady. So again, let's go with a kind of white sari for her with a red border. So I will take this sari and mix it with a bit of purple, and so let's basically, yeah, bit of mistake. Okay, so what I will do is I'll take a bit of Payne's gray, bit of purple, mix them together, and then form the basic shadow. Yeah, so take so if you see, the light is coming from here, so this portion of her will get slightly illuminated, so let's take the advantage of that thing. So this will give a nice 3D look to the lady. This portion is against the light, so let's mix it with a bit of purple. So this would be the facial feature. I will add in a bit of more orange. Yeah, so this defines the face of the lady. We have the hands, the gestures of So she is walking. And then okay, so just adding more details over here. See, over here it will be slightly darker. From here also it will be slightly darker. This side will be darker because this is against the light, and so this will be darker. This will be darker. Let's make this purple. Let's add in a bit of white here. And then okay. Yeah, let's try them and then we will add in the final touch and finish the painting. So now let's add in the final touches, and this will conclude our painting. So over here there will be a bit of darkness, and let's make a odna kind of thing over here. So, and here okay, this is a traditional Indian fisherwoman. So okay, so now what happens is take some white, and yeah, so this forms the odna. So this is a suggestive painting. If you see, I am not trying to put in a lot of details because I'll be able to suggest it, like with a little bit of impressions itself you will be able to come to know what it is. So yep, I think it looks nice. Now I'm using more or less dry color, more pigment, less water. The reason is we are inching to the close of the painting and I need to make a lot of details. So see, I'll be using more and more pigment and dry brush strokes now. So here on this particular image also we need a bit of detailing. So this person over here looks slightly not that proper, so I'm trying to give it a bit of volume. So they're having some chit chat. So what I will do, take some orange and then define the face. Again take some orange and define the legs. See, See, over here putting slightly lighter on this side, because anyways the light is on that side, and I will try to put in kind of gamcha, you see, and to make it look like a उठ गई. So my daughter is here. She is smiling. Come. Now I think yeah, and then we add in the dry brush strokes, so which will conclude our shadows, which will make it look more beautiful and nice. So I'm happy with the figures, how they have turned up. Now we are left with small things, like, over here it's pure white, so I'll be just putting a bit of definition over here, and here also we'll be putting a bit of definition, and I assume you would have seen what it takes to make a great painting. It is a layered approach. Slowly but firmly you have to approach the painting, and so now what we will do is that just break this point also. It has become slightly monotonous, so what I will do is I'll take my hair dryer, give it a bit of air, and try to add in this texture. I'm not sure if you are able to see, but over here the color has become slightly better, slightly broken down. So here also I will be doing the same thing. See, so first I made them properly, now I'm trying to diffuse them, because in watercolor if it looks slightly diffused, then it gives a lot of adventure, a lot of pleasure to the eyes. So what I am doing is I'm taking out the excess water from areas, and now one last thing is left, and that is adding a kind of border to the boat over here. So usually the bottom of the boats are usually having a very dark color, so that's basically a kind of uh, chemical which they apply for the boat to become waterproof. So this portion will become dark color, see over here. Okay, so this portion is going to be slightly dark color. Again, you can smudge it off and pull it off so that it forms a kind of shadow. So just pull it off, no problem. And this color will also go on top of this thing over here. So let's give it a try and see how it looks. Same thing will happen on the distant gate as well. So I'm giving it a very light color. Yeah, I'm happy. And then we'll add in highlight, whether it is red or yellow. I will be going for yellow in our case. So I'll mix some lemon yellow, sorry, chrome yellow with white. And what I will do is I'll give a nice border here. See, like that. So it will be thicker over here, and slowly it is going to get vanished when it goes behind. So it gives a sense of perspective. Hmm? Okay, and the same thing goes on this side as well, but slightly more brighter. The reason is because light is falling on the other side. Okay. See, we have made a border over here, and here also we'll be making a border. Okay, and one more. I just don't want to stop here. I just want to take it to one more level. See. Okay, and I think I like it the way it looks now. This border in itself is giving it a giving it a very nice look to the boat. uh, okay, okay, yeah, yeah, friends. So I think we are done with this painting now, and it takes time definitely, and a lot of planning to come out with a beautiful painting like this. So if you like the entire video, and if you have understood what and how to attempt such paintings, um, then please drop me a message, and I would be looking forward to sharing such beautiful videos to you. Thank you all.